race. This is horses quite capable of winning plenty of races at tab meetings engaged here, and they have won at tab meetings too. Good quality race this one to end up today's racing. There will be a barrier trial to follow. And Jesus, some good horses in the barrier trial too. So the first one to go in is Zagaya, and its stablemate Song 1 will be lit up now. Don't forget you can get all these races on DVD from Palm Audio Visual. Just pay them a visit at their production van down past the eastern end of the mounting yard. Song 1 goes up alongside Zagaya. So another plan is back for a heap of money and when it ran second in the country championship final behind Military Bay. Hokkaido ran fourth in that championship final. On a Promise last start winner at a tab meeting at Coonabarabran, beat a big field, and all the boys from Lake Angelico were pretty excited because it was Brett Rob's first win as a trainer. Tokyo Bullet in the tab meetings has been pretty well fancied a number of times. Usually gets a fair way back in the field. Tokyo Bullet runs home well. Fairy Fragments. It also has good tab track form. And Song 1, it was placed last start in strong tab company. So we've got two to come in On a Promise and Hokkaido. 1550 metres. Fairy Fragments, another plan, standing well. Song 1, Tokyo Bull, On a Promise. Goes up, Zagaya and Hokkaido will be the last in. Bajirabong Picnic Cup winner earlier this year. Actually, Bajirabong and Condobolin, I think, were the last two picnic meetings to be held before the pandemic had a big effect on the racing. Now, here is the last one coming up now. Very good field here. Stand by, red lights on. Set. Off and racing. Song 1 won the start, but On a Promise has gone up quickly with Zagaya. It's punching up along the rails in the early stages as they're about to head to the back of the course at the 1400 metres. And it's On a Promise reaching the lead. Hokkaido has gone up pretty deep. Song 1 was third. Zagaya fighting for its head over on the inside of Tokyo Bullet. Then comes Fairy Fragments, and another plan was last. On a Promise goes down the back, leads over a length now on Hokkaido. 2 lengths back to Song 1, then Tokyo Bullet travelling on the outside of Zagaya. About 3 lengths back then came another plan, and ahead away on the outside was Fairy Fragments. Down the back they go, and On a Promise, a horse owned down at Lake Kaziariko, and it's a beautiful place. And On a Promise out by 3/4 of a length now to Hokkaido. Song 1 was third. Tokyo Bullet half a length away the outside. Then came Zagaya, Fairy Fragments, and last of all was another plan as they gallop off the back of the course here. And On a Promise 3/4 of a length now on Hokkaido, who's had the perfect run. About 3 lengths back to Song 1, about to go forward. Tokyo Bullet, another plan staying to make ground. Then came Zagaya, and Fairy Fragments is last. On a Promise leads Hokkaido with 300 to go. 3 lengths back, Tokyo Bullet. Another plan starts a searching run out wide, followed then by Song 1 on the fence. On a Promise is going to lead up towards the home turn, out by about a length now to Hokkaido. On a Promise has gone for home now, over lengths on Hokkaido. Song 1 up along the rails. On a Promise is going well. Hokkaido followed by Tokyo Bullet, but On a Promise is racing away. On a Promise a big winner, 2 1/4 lengths over Hokkaido. Third's close. Another plan out wide. Tokyo Bullet at the centre, and Song 1 over on the rails. Then came Zagaya and Fairy Fragments. If you come across a pub or a club down at Lake Angelico, down beside that beautiful lake out south of Condobolin there, you might find some celebrations going on. There's a heap of good blokes involved in this horse. On a Promise, Brett Robb recently took out his trainer's licence, and not only did it give him his first winner, it's also giving his second winner as a trainer. On a Promise. 5-year-old Brown got him by Shrapnel out of Inner Tiz, and Dean Haig and Dave McFadden, and a heap of the lads in this. Harry Sanson, I won't go, Frankie Hanley, I won't go through all the names because I'll end up forgetting someone. And it has gone to the lead. Hokkaido sat on the outside of it, about 3/4 of a length away, coming up to the home turn, but On a Promise has raced away for a very good win here. It'll be winning a tab race again, I'd say, On a Promise. That was a good win. On a Promise, ridden by Madison Wright. 2 wins for the jockey who won the New South Wales Premiership last year, and she had it travelling beautifully in the lead. And On a Promise takes out the final event here. Standing by for the full placings on race 6, there will be a barrier trial coming up shortly. Go on, Steve, mate, you're very good. You're very quick with those. It's excellent. 5, 3, 1 and 2. 5, 3, 1 and 2. Number 5, On a Promise, trained by Brett Robb, Atning and ridden by Madison Wright. Second goes to number 3, Hokkaido, trained by Sharon Jeffries at Parks, ridden by Ashley Boyd. Third to number 1, Another Plan, trained by Gary Bignell, Atning and ridden by Ricky Blewett. And fourth went to number 2, Song 1. 5, 3, 1 and 2. 3/4 by 1.5. 3/4 by 1.5. And it was 136.82. 136.82. And maybe we'll be seeing some of those horses going around next September.